Welcome to this week's edition of the Gridiron Report, where we talk about everything that's going on in the Gridiron 7-on-7 League. Tony, it was the final week of the Gridiron League. We had some league play, then we got right into our Gridiron League tournament. Let's talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, 12U, exciting as always. We got what we expected, to be honest with you, but we did get some good competition. We'll kind of do this show the same as we always do. The top teams, performance-wise for Week 7, really had 4 of the top teams in the league. Primetime, Stars, Lions, and Goon Squad all finished 2-1. Primetime lost to the Stars, Stars lost to Lions, Lions lost to the Goon Squad lost to Primetime. Good weekend on that part of it. Kind of set the standings the way we wanted it. Had some players stand out as always.
Yeah, we definitely had some players stand out this past week. For Lions, we had Colton Smith. He tossed 8 touchdown passes this last week, Tony.
8 touchdowns. That's a big weekend, man.
For the Stars, Isaac Summy, he had 5 touchdowns. That kid was unstoppable, Tony, in the games that I saw. He looks like a little bitty Deshaun Bishop.
Something like it, man. Absolutely. He's a baller, dude. He's a ball hawk. The past couple of weeks, he's actually come on. I think, he won it last week, either ball hawk or defense, offense. He won something the past couple of weeks. So, yeah, absolutely. And then you got the other guy you've been talking about.
For the Broncos.
All season, or actually the past couple of weeks, you brought his name up.
Jay Sean Smith. He had 4 interceptions this past weekend. That kid's a player. Yeah, he's been a player all season.
He was making grown man plays. Corey got some really good highlights of him. Saw in the highlights from Monday or whatnot. The kid's making some grown man plays out there. And just like everybody else, man, we had some really big time players playing this year. Standings wise, we finished it off. One of the things when you look at the standings, the Future Stars played a few weekends where they played 15U, so it kind of unevened their games on games played or whatnot. But when we look at the standings, top 2 teams, the way it came down to it, to be honest with you, is Primetime and the Stars. They had 2 losses out of the 3 were both to each other, and both of them had lost to the Lions. And then when you come down to it, they had played 4 times in the regular season, 2-2 head-to-head. And the Stars actually scored 78 points to 74 points, so it gave them a little bit of an edge for the final standings. But it came out Stars in prime time, then Lions finished right there at 3rd. Goon Squad actually made a really good finish. Their last 5-6 games were really good. Catholic Runners and the Broncos finished off at the bottom right there. Good season, good deal, man. I think we got what we expected.
We did. Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about the Gridiron playoffs and the tournament for 12U.
Absolutely. We got to the tournament. I guess one of the biggest letdowns is not getting to watch Tyson Dorsey finish what he started all year. The kid's probably league player of the year when it comes down to it. It comes statistically and what he did for his team. But, Stars and Primetime made it to the championship. Another big game. I think their last 3 games, were all 1 point, like 21-22, 22-21.
They actually started the day off playing each other, and they finished the day playing each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they did start off, and I think the Rising Stars won 22-21 that game, and then we got to the championship, and they kind of took off. The Stars had some momentum and got after it. Won 30-9 in the championship, and 12U Rising Stars, come a long ways from the past couple years, starting in the league, represented well, won the 12U League Championship. So congratulations.
Championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations to Coach Juice and his team.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all did a great job, man. We'll get one of these bad boys to you here soon and be good to go. So
let's talk about the final stats, Tony, in 12U.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the biggest thing is keeping stats, and the boys love to hear about it and keep up with it. Quarterback-wise, this is probably the tightest race we've ever had, man. And it's been exciting because they're 2 super talented kids.
Talented quarterbacks.
So when it comes to gunslingers, man, we got, Sparks and Faust both finished the season 42 touchdowns. Colton Smith right there behind them with the Lions at 33. We'll talk about player of the years. You want to do that now? Or you want to?
We can talk about it now in conjunction with it. Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to quarterbacking, guys, we really looked at it. We went to head-to-head games. We didn't really count the tournament games, but throughout the whole season, and there's not really a way to say one guy's better than the other.
One, right.
Primetime won the 12U tournament earlier in the season. Stars won it at the end, so we chose to go
with both of the guys.
Yeah, co-gunslingers of the year. They set a mark at 42 touchdowns. I don't know if any 12U guys are going to hit that again. So congratulations to both you guys.
Both of you guys will be picking up awards.
Yeah, absolutely. Gunslingers of the year. You represent yourselves well, man. Look forward to just watching you guys rip it in the future.
All right, let's go through the stats for our go-getters, Tony. We had Dorsey. He finished with 11 touchdowns. We had Robinson. He finished with 10.
Yeah.
We had Jones finish with 10. Summy, after a 5-touchdown performance, he finished with 9.
Mm-hmm.
And Jaden DeHart finished with 9 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we've been talking about the kid. He's been unstoppable, man. Tyson Dorsey, he's the guy. Missed this past weekend, missed 3 games, probably would have scored another 4 or 5 touchdowns, but, still sat there at the top, 11 touchdowns for the season. So Tyson Dorsey, go-getter of the year.
12U.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. Good job. We got one more. We got Ball Hawk of the year. Stat-wise, we got Jeremiah Smith for the Goon Squad. He's got 9. And then we got Maynard at 6. And then we got Howard, Faust, and Smith sitting at 5. But, Jeremiah Smith, he's been sitting at the top of the board, since like week 1 or 2. Goon Squad, Jeremiah Smith. Congratulations, man.
Ball Hawk of the year.
Ball Hawk of the year.
12U.
Yes, sir.
Tony, you're a few weeks out for your Gunslinger Challenge in Dallas, but you got another one coming up here in 5 weeks. Let's talk a little bit about that one.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Gunslinger Challenge, I guess, session 2, June 11th and 12th here in Knoxville, Tennessee. We got 75 guys from all over the country signed up right now, ready to go. One of the things, with COVID season last year, we weren't really allowed to bring the receivers out. And we had always had the receivers part of the competition, just kind of servicing the quarterbacks, but we wanted to really add something different to them. Hilton Alexander, a guy out of Atlanta, Route King, one of the receiver coaches that, I've watched his stuff. I think he's a really good receiver coach. I think he's top notch from that. I reached out to him, and I really don't want to do anything for a position unless we have some guys that coach that type of position. They're high-level guys. So I'm sure he'll reach out to a couple people. We have some other names to bring into it. But we're going to have a wide receiver skills challenge during the competition. So we'll have the quarterbacks competing. We'll have the skill guys competing. We'll be doing the combine, laser time combine. You'll have the 40, the L, the shuttle, the broad jump. Then we'll do some routes on air with the quarterbacks, and then we'll kind of move into some training, group type stuff with the coaches that we have for the receivers. Some of the things that we're going to do to kind of give those guys some awards, we'll have the fastest man award. We'll do the Route King award for the guy with the best routes. We'll go Combine King, the guy that comes out with the best numbers. We'll have a hands award. We'll have a couple things to really give those guys so they don't leave home empty-handed, come and compete, have some fun. So if you're a gunslinger or a go-getter and you want to come out to Knoxville, especially you Knoxville guys, get out here, big thing, get your times in, and then come out and compete, have some fun with it. Throw and catch with some of the best in the country.
Sound like it's going to be big time.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. Should be fun.
All right, Tony, let's talk about 15U. It was the same deal in 15U where our guys finished up the regular season, then we moved into our playoffs.
Yeah, we had some good action, good competitive action. The past 2 weeks have really been kind of like matchup weeks. We played the top teams versus the top teams, bottom teams versus the bottom teams, to really kind of see who's going to round it out to be that top seed. And in the 15U division, we had 2 divisions, so it really meant a little bit more. But when we go into the last week's play for Week 7 regular season, we had 3 teams go 2-1. The Knox Smash, 865 Elite, and the Rebels finished 2-1. Mojo has been on a tear the past couple weeks. They went 3-0 again this weekend. And that kind of just set everything up, when it came to playoff bracket wise. And then, same thing when it comes to players of the week. A lot of the same names, making big time plays.
Mojo, Briggs Cherry had 10 touchdowns. Didn't he win it last week too?
Yeah, I think he threw 10 touchdowns last week too, maybe even more. But Briggs Cherry, he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and he continues to show it on one of the best teams.
Our go-getter of the week from Team Gunslinger, Jules Scales, had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, Jules is a good player, man.
Very good player.
Freshman. Should do some big things over there in the next few years.
And our ball hawk of the week was from Team Mojo, Jack Clark. He had 2 interceptions.
Yeah, 2 interceptions, Jack Clark. Congratulations, guys. Gunslinger, go-getter, ball hawk of the week. That'll be our last week of players of the week, so enjoy that.
Let's move into the standings, Tony, and how the last week of play determined where the guys were going to be during the tournament.
Yeah, so when we look at the standings for the end, we wanted to see the tournament. One of the things I kind of wanted to do is have a division record. So with these guys and the high school guys, we really went by record of division play since we had them actually broken in divisions. It's the first time we've done this. So in the Gunslinger division, of course Betsy Built, they've graduated. They went to the high school division 3 weeks ago, and competed there. So what we had left here, we got the Patriots sitting at 5-2 in the division, the Cougars at 4-4. Team Gunslinger 4-6, and then you got 865, which is a great story for the tournament time. Sitting down at 2-4, Actually lost to the 12U Rising Stars a couple weeks ago because they had a few players missing, of course.
Right.
Quarterback wasn't there, and that makes a big difference. But and then D-Block sitting right there at 1 and 2. Then when you get to the Gridiron division, same deal. We got Mojo and Smash. They played each other a couple times the past 2 weeks to kind of figure out who's going to be the best team. Mojo, got the heads up on that. So they finished number 1. Smash finished 2. And Rebels is 3 at 4 and 5. And then you got Goon Squad and the Wolfpack sitting at 3 and 6, 3 and 1.
Let's kind of move into how that played into the tournament, Tony.
Yeah, when it comes to the tournament, we think about it. Man, you never expect the bottom teams to win it,
Right.
But you like it if somebody can really get on a roll and get on fire. And that's what 865 Elite did. They came through and just started the day they had to play the 4 and 5 game. They got in and won that one. Then they had to go play the number 1 seeded Patriots, I believe. Beat the Patriots, and then they got to the Cougars, beat the Cougars, made it to the championship game. Sitting on the other side was Mojo, and they ran out of gas. Mojo got after them, started scoring some points and kind of finished it off. And so Mojo came out with the victory. 15U champions. We were over at Powell High School.
You'll pick up one of these, Mojo.
Yeah, congratulations, Mojo. We'll get you one of these. We're going to do some fun things for you guys here in the next week or so, some interviews and stuff like that. So we'll see you soon.
Let's look at how the statistics finished, Tony, for 15U for the season.
Yeah, statistically, another big year for the quarterbacks. What do we have? 42 touchdowns for the 12U guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so looking at this, it really lets you know the 12U guys are throwing some touchdowns. We finished, top 3 guys. 4. Well, we got 5 in this one. So we got Beasley for the Rebels. He ended up finishing with 40 touchdowns. To lead the 15U division. Elijah Smith-Williams had 38. Bridges Cherry had 38. Landon Hensley even finished right there at 37, right there behind it. Maupin finished with 32. We're kind of going into the player of the year thing. You would like to give it to Beasley because he kind of came on strong there, but we know Maupin, if he'd have played the last 3 weeks of the high school division,
Yeah, he probably would have threw 50 touchdowns.
he'd have thrown 50, 55 touchdowns. So, you can't penalize a guy for going and playing the high school
Right.
division to give a better challenge because that's what this is about, right?
Yeah.
They did a really good thing. All right, so Gip Maupin, congratulations. Gunslinger of the year. Led the only undefeated team so far in the past 4 years, 11-0. So congratulations, Gunslinger of the year.
Statistically, Tony, let's talk about our top go-getters in the league this year. You got Torrey Buford with 17 touchdowns. You got Jordan Hayes with 17 touchdowns.
Yeah.
2 guys with 17. That's a lot.
That's a lot of
for
touchdowns.
15U.
That might be a record.
You got several guys grouped right there with Baird, Duggins, Johnson, and Griffin with 12. You got Scales and Turnbull.
Right there. I think they're mixing. There's 12, 11, and 10 between all of them. They're just one apiece between right there. But, kind of like the other deal, we got Betsy Built sitting there. We had Jeriah Griffin. He had 12 touchdowns 3 weekends ago. Clearly the best go-getter in the league, man.
Yes, he definitely was.
Yeah.
I mean, and he still continued to do some things when he moved up to the
Scored quite
high
a few
school level,
touchdowns
too.
in the high school level,
Yeah.
man, so
yeah, definitely did.
They show they belong, and we got to treat it fair and treat it right. So, Jeriah Griffin, congratulations.
15U, go-getter of the year.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Great season.
Let's talk about our ball hawks of the year, Tony. There's only one guy that really stood out statistically all year long.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Nathaniel Thomas leading the pack with 12 interceptions on the season. Mm-hmm. You got Jefferson with 7, and you got Scales and Baker with 4.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Nathaniel Thomas dominated, man. He covered his half of the field and half
And
of
then
the other
some,
half.
it seems like. Yeah.
So, but great football player, fast, good kid. Talked to him a couple times throughout the season.
Plays for the Rebels.
Yeah, plays for the Rebels. Had a big season. Nathaniel Thomas, ball hawk of the year. Congratulations.
15U.
Yeah, 15U.
All right, Tony, let's recap the action in our high school division our last week.
Yeah, high school division's always exciting. Some big time ballers, man. Some guys that already got scholarship offers. Some guys that are going to get scholarship offers. Just a lot of talent. Fun to watch. Kind of the way we always do it, man. We got the Admirals finished 2-1 on the weekend. Drip, Venom, and Tribe for the week 7 regular season games all finished undefeated. Drip and Venom were 3-0. Tribe finished 2-0, which is really big for those guys. I think the story of the day, maybe the last few weeks, for me personally, is Seymour. Seymour went 2-2 this weekend, but in the last 7 games, they're 4-3.
Yeah, they've
so
improved.
that's huge. And I think that's maybe not as shown throughout the whole season, but I think that left some confidence in those boys to come out and do what you're supposed to do, get better throughout the season, use this for something to, improve your game. And they made some plays, so congrats to Seymour just on, just improving, and probably the most improved team in the league, to be honest with you, when it comes down to it.
Tony, let's talk about the guys who stood out this past weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Kind of the same names right now, finishing off strong in the high school division. We got Hunter White, 8 touchdowns, killing it.
We got Devon Jones, our go-getter of the week. He had 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
Balling out all year.
Yeah, absolutely. Super consistent. And, we also got Josh Nevins from Seymour, had 2 interceptions. Helped them out.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for them. Helped them get those 2 wins this weekend. Congratulations, Week 7 Players of the Week. Everybody wants to get into the important stuff and the fun stuff, right? So kind of the way things rounded out, for the standings, for the high school division, it's kind of similar to the 15U division. We have the Gunslinger division, the Gridiron division. Gunslinger division kind of broke down. Admirals finished at the top. They had head-to-head with Venom and Drip during the regular season. Admirals ran through everybody for the most part. Then we got Venom and Drip at 2 and 3. We got the Lions at 4. And then we've got TNGS, Wolfpack, Seymour, Gem City rounding out the bottom of that division. Gridiron division, same deal. We got Cougars, we got Gibbs and Legacy. That division right there is pretty stacked. But, when we look at Admirals, Venom, and Drip, those are, the top of the division.
Right.
We broke it down pretty smooth, I think, as it finally finished out, because we weren't really sure who's going to win. But
similar records for all those teams.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Dragons at 7 and 6, and we got Wolfpack, Tribe, Betsy, and E10, rounding out that division. When it came to playoffs,
It was good to see some underdogs make some noise this past weekend in the playoffs, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the teams that made a lot of noise was the Tribe.
Yeah, the Tribe, they've been up and down throughout the season. Coach Sensabaugh, he pushes those guys.
He really does.
He stays on. I tell you, you won't find too many 7-on-7 teams in the country that will just take the safeties off the field and say play. But the thing I like about that, it's not about just winning.
Right.
He knows he's trying to teach his guys to play man to man. You take a safety off, now it's you on an island, just like you are in any other game. And so he challenged his guys, and they rose to the challenge. Man, they had to go through the tournament. I think they had 4 overtime games.
They did.
And all 3 playoff games were overtime. And came out and was able to win and get all the way to the championship. And, they got the championship, who'd they run across?
East Tennessee Drip.
Yeah, East Tennessee Drip. Drip actually, to get to the championship, ended up beating Venom and the Admirals, 2 of the teams that got
Team's loaded, man.
Yeah.
Our big-time players on East Tennessee Drip.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you look at, teams that have the talent, that's one of the teams. In the league, they've got that roster that you say they should win.
Right.
So it was good to see them, pull it together, because they had some tough
moments,
season, man.
Yeah.
They went 0-3 one weekend, and came back and, did what they're supposed to do,
Congratulations, guys. You'll pick up one of these.
Yeah, absolutely. East Tennessee Drip, congratulations. High school Gridiron League champions.
Yeah,
good job, man. Congratulations. Great finish.
Let's talk about the statistics, Tony, the guys who finished up the year and guys who really showed out. I see some big numbers on this board.
Yeah, big numbers, some records, and, we'll get to that here in a few minutes. But, when it comes to the gunslingers, Hunter White, Isaiah Hall, and Palmer, finished top 3. Hunter had set the record, man, 58. He's 15 touchdowns ahead of everybody.
Wow.
Hall's got 43, and Palmer finished with 34, playing for Gibbs. So when it comes down to it, Hunter White, Gunslinger of the Year,
high school division.
Yeah, congratulations, playing with the Cougars.
In terms of our go-getters, Tony, we had Devon White. He finished with 29 touchdowns. Devon Jones, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Devon Jones, I don't want to mess up that name. He's a baller. Devon Jones, 29 touchdowns. Nigel Lee, 15. And we had a couple of guys there with 11.
Yeah, Long and
Shepherd.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at that number, 29 and 15, nearly doubled it up. Man. So, that's crazy, but, he's the go-to guy. And, in the Cougars offense, and they feed him the ball. So congratulations, Devin Jones. Yeah, Ball Hawk of the Year. Good job, man.
Go-getter of the year.
Go-getter of the year.
High school division.
Yes, sir.
In terms of our ball hawks, we got 3 guys. We got Blake Overton with 6 interceptions, Tony.
Yeah.
We got Shepherd with 4. And we got
Cam Barnett with
4 as well.
Yeah. Blake, I think, ended up with 3 interceptions the past couple weekends. And that kind of just got him up there and moved him up to the top. Got 1 interception this past weekend to add it from 5 to 6. So Blake Overton from Venom. you know, from Venom, actually.
Ball Hawk of the Year.
Ball Hawk of the Year. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Blake.
Yep.
Played in our league for a couple of years. It's good to see him get an award.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right about that. You know, Blake and Hunter and Isaiah Hall, they all played on the Young Gunners team year one when we were out at Farragut High School. You know, all played on the same team. So, you know, it's fun to watch those guys
mature and grow up.
Go through. And I think they're in like year 4. You know, they're in the 4th year of what we're doing right now. So, you know, one of the next things we want to talk about, really wanted to go in. You know, we're trying to grow this thing and just keep making it bigger and bigger and making it fun and competitive for the players and the coaches. So we went through 4 years of statistics, wins, league leaders, player of the week awards. And so next week we'll talk about guys that, you know, are career leaders, you know, throwing the most touchdowns ever, you know, call it, you know, and all those fun things just to add to it, man. You know, y'all enjoy what we're doing in this, and we just want to get a little deeper into, you know, what we're doing, and just to make it something that guys can, you know, just have some fun with.
All right. We're out.